guys, I'm Ellie. Welcome back to my channel. Today is September 13th. I should have thought about that before I came on camera, but yes, today is September 13th and I am officially 33 weeks pregnant today. So I'm coming to you guys with another update. This update will be between weeks 30 to 33. As far as symptoms, it's probably gonna be a little bit boring because, to be honest, not much has changed as far as the symptoms. Still pretty much dealing with a lot of the same things, but I do have a Placenta Previa update for you guys and just a few things that I got out of my last appointment, which was last Wednesday. So it's been a week and 1 day since that appointment, and I got a lot of great news at that appointment, so I want to share that with you guys. Anyway, with all of that being said, let's just get right into the video. So first of all, as far as my symptoms, I've had a lot of the same stuff going on. Like I mentioned, my sciatica has been pretty bad. It's on and off still. Most of the time I don't really feel it during the day unless I do a random movement and I feel a slight pain or whatever. But during the night, when I wake up a lot, I've noticed that every time I get up, basically, I do get that sharp shooting pain on the left side. Some nights it's worse than others. Sometimes I don't even feel it at all, but when it's bad, it is pretty bad. I've been trying, which is kind of annoying because even as I'm just waking up, I'm super aware and conscious of it now. So I try to make sure that I get up slowly and carefully and that I don't strain and hurt myself and make it worse when I'm getting up. So it hasn't been so bad in the past couple of days, but I'm pretty sure it's just something I'm gonna have to deal with. Like I mentioned, I do wake up a lot at night still. I mean, I have to take constant potty breaks because anytime I lay on my side, on my left side, I guess, or I don't know, he's just it feels like he's right on my bladder a lot of the time. So I'm obviously getting up all night and going to the bathroom, even if it's not a lot and I don't really have to go that bad, just that sensation is there a lot. As you guys know, I've dealt with nausea most of my pregnancy, and I still have in the past couple of weeks, but just here and there, very, very sporadic, not even as bad as just a couple of weeks ago. So that has gotten better. I did have a random bout of nausea yesterday, at the end of my work day, I started feeling nauseous, but nothing crazy. So I can't complain too much about that. My heartburn, which I mentioned in the last video, it was really bad last week for some reason. I'm not sure if it's things that I was eating or what was going on, because I wasn't paying too much attention to exactly what I was eating and if that was the cause of the heartburn, but it was really bad last week, yeah, pretty much all of last week. And this week it has gotten better. It's diminished. I've still gotten it here and there, but not like last week for some reason. And just in the past couple of days, the one symptom that I have finally figured out that it is what it is are Braxton Hicks contractions. I've heard a lot of women talking about them and having them even earlier than now, but I think now is when I've finally come to realize, oh, that's what that tightening sensation is in my belly. It's not painful necessarily, it just feels like my belly gets really, really tight, it's contracting, obviously. So that's kind of interesting because I guess things are happening in there and we're getting closer and closer to baby coming and being here. As of today, we are just 7 weeks out, which is kind of terrifying to me. Mainly because it has been a pretty stressful week or so for us. Our house is still not done. We're waiting on our kitchen, and the kitchen people have not been the best to work with. So I just can't wait for that to be done and be able to share it with you guys too, because there's been so much going on and I want to be able to share it, and I can't do that until my kitchen is done. But anyway, back to this update. I did tell you guys that I had an appointment last Wednesday, and that appointment went really well. We had an ultrasound, so I got to see the baby. I got one little photo of him. He looks scary in this, I know, but these right here are his eyes and nose and mouth. Is that blob right there? So that was nice. They took his measurements at this appointment, or at this ultrasound. They weren't just checking for my placenta, they were also checking his growth, just because I had told you guys in the last video my belly was measuring a couple of weeks small. So So the measurements, he did come back in the 27th percentile, and the doctor explained to me that that is not cause for concern. Anywhere, if it got lower than like 15 to 10 percentile, then it would be a concern and something to, you know, like really look into and see what's going on. But as of right now, in a couple of weeks more, we'll have another ultrasound and just check and make sure. But for now, he said that he does look perfectly fine. He's just measuring a little bit on the smaller side. He was measuring about 3 pounds 7 ounces, but as we know, the ultrasounds can't be 100% accurate, so there is about half a pound variance that they usually tell you could be up or down. And that still has him falling within that 27th percentile, so the doctor wasn't too concerned. He just said, we'll keep an eye on it. My belly is still measuring a little bit small. At that appointment, I was just 1 day shy of 32 weeks, and my belly was measuring around 30 weeks. So that's still consistent with what it's been, because I remember even as far back as like 25 weeks, I was measuring around 23 weeks as far as my belly. So, you know, it's been consistent and he has been growing, so that, you know, that makes me feel okay. As you guys can tell, I'm super out of breath. That was one symptom that I did not mention. I get so out of breath, like just from talking, you know, walking room to room, whatever it may be, it happens. The best news that I got at this last appointment was that my placenta has officially moved enough for me to have a vaginal birth. I don't know if I'm gonna regret being so excited about that later on. We'll see, but I am so thankful that I do have the opportunity to try to have, you know, a normal, a natural vaginal birth. So I'm very thankful for that, definitely. I mean, I was really anxious and scared about the thought of having a C-section, even though, like I've mentioned before, I know it happens all the time, and in case of an emergency, if that was the best option, I would absolutely go with that. But it just wasn't something that I was really looking forward to, obviously. Aside from all of that, I have pre-registered with the hospital. I've gotten a lot of like all the extra stuff done in the past couple of weeks. So that, you know, like really has me feeling like, wow, this is getting real. Like I said, I pre-registered with the hospital. I have set up a hospital tour and we're going to that next Wednesday. I also this week on Tuesday met with baby's future pediatrician, and I loved her, so I was really happy about that. I had heard a lot of good things about her. She had great reviews online, and a couple of people that I know take their kids to her, so that really reassured me, and I'm excited that I'm going with her. She is affiliated with the hospital that I'm giving birth at, so she'll actually come and see baby right after he's born. So I like that. I think that's nice. I think those are all of the updates for this week. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll do a quick bump shot for you guys just so you can see how he's growing. If you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. I'll see you guys soon. Too much from the front.